Hey, this is Benjamin, Boyce. I'm hard at work at this evergreen thing, and I'm trying to upload everything into my brain so when I speak it, it'll all arrange as it should. But as I'm doing that, I need to provide you proof that I am continuing to produce content. So we're going to go back to the poetry that only a select few of you enjoy. So here you go. This is from the Blackbird Variations, which was my senior project or my final project or my capstone project at Evergreen. And this is from chapter 12 or so. 11, actually. Always, always, always a cliff for a poet, to fall or to fly from as circumstances allow. He saw in an instant that nothing passionate is wasted. He saw, after letting out his stories, words, and notes into the open air for other ears to overhear, that no one or everyone was looking at him. And whether or not they saw him or heard him didn't matter, for the resonances that had been bungling around inside him, all that energy he sought to collect into verse, it had come out him, and filled the house then, and he was groundless for a moment, soaring and worryless, too. With Natalia next to him, making little nimble touches against his arms and once or twice his chest, chattering out of him his yakking chatter, their banter glancing sparks off the surrounding walls, he feeling like there were no resistances anywhere, inside or out, tonight. He was now simply air and light and skin soft against her softly skin, laughing, even as Persephone, in a certain tone, said, "You kids watch yourselves," as they two tromped out and down the back alleyway, that tone and clarity only adding to this night bright with purple-orange lights suffused with the quivering vibrancy of this saintly, wicked, soft young woman who followed him to his backyard where a dark moon shone down to drape their surfaces with delicious lunacy. So much grass and tumbling, blue flickers over every corner arcing from each end to where all the opened ends meet. And it didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to become what it would become to him, this lightness, this freedom, this openness all bursting out of him and bearing down on him not as a violation, but as a seal away from anywhere else but being here and here and here with her. His hands up and down her body, his lips over her every rounding edge. He saw her for an opening, a portal to a heaven he had never once felt or guessed at, and that was sinless in his sparkling eyes. It was without judgment or filled with the opposite of judgment as they continued to fall upstairs and then into his bedroom through sheets with the star-shattering moon tracing graces to immerse him immensely in something other than his familiar, worried gravity. And then perhaps 20 minutes of sleep wherein a fallen man clambered out an open grave, holding an object with infinite sides, or two, in hand. And when Tommy woke, he was relieved to find that at least their clothes were still covering both their bodies. She was staring at him with the slightest curve of expectation that matched up with his tremor of disappointment as she asked, "What now?" And he turned and pointed to the picture taped to his wall of he and Lily on the Merrimack River a year ago, and he said to her, "Her." But it was his face he was looking at, not knowing how that one trialed boy had led up to this new one, bright and full of freedom, a freedom that clashed, somehow, with the drawing sense of acquired debt, twisting just beyond the walls. Have a good evening.